You just sent what you thought was a perfectly clear email. You explained the problem, laid out the details, maybe even included some of the background context. And then came the reply. Can you clarify what you mean? Smart people write confusing emails constantly, and the reason has nothing to do with intelligence. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why it happens and how to stop doing it, starting with your next email. If you appreciate this type of content, gently tap that like button. Let's get into it. All right, here's the problem. There's a concept researchers call the curse of knowledge. Once you know something deeply, you genuinely cannot remember what it felt like not to know it. You've spent months, maybe years, inside a project, a system, a process. The details that feel obvious to you are invisible to everyone else. So when you sit down to write, you write for the version of your reader who lives inside your head, the one who already knows what you know. That person doesn't exist. That's why the smartest people in the room often write the most confusing emails. Their expertise is real. Their blind spot is just as real. Now here's where it gets more specific. The curse of knowledge shows up in a particular way, what I call the linguistic lens problem. Every field, every department, every specialty develops its own language. Engineers have their language, finance has its language, legal has its language. That language is efficient inside the tribe. It's precise, it saves time when everyone shares the same vocabulary. But here's what happens. When you're deep in the work, really deep, your linguistic lens fuses to your eyes. You stop seeing it as specialized language. It just becomes language. So you write an email to a client or a colleague in another department or your CEO, and you use the same words you'd use talking to your closest teammate. The jargon goes in without a second thought because to you, it's not jargon. It's just how you describe reality. The reader gets the email and feels one of two things, either confused and too embarrassed to ask for clarification, or talked down to because they're drowning in terminology and assume they should already know what it means. Neither response gets you what you want.
If you want to see this pattern broken down further, I put together a short piece. 5 ways unfinished thinking shows up in writing. It's in the description in the pinned comment. Reply with a paragraph you're stuck on, and I will tell you what I see. Prefer private? DM me or reach me at roberttillett.com.
So what does your reader actually need? They need you to refocus your linguistic lens. That sounds abstract, so here's the concrete version. Before you write, ask yourself one question. What does this person already know, and what do they not know? Not what they should know, not what you wish they knew, what they actually know right now, today. Then write to the person. This doesn't mean dumbing it down. It means translating. The best communicators in any field are translators. They move between worlds, the world of deep expertise and the world of the people who need to act on that expertise. That translation skill is not a soft skill. It is a career skill. The people who get promoted, the people who get listened to in meetings, who get their proposal approved, they are almost always better translators than the people around them. Here's a practical test you can run on any email before you send it. I call it the 3-second rule. Read the first 3 sentences of your email and ask, does my reader know exactly what I need from them and why it matters to them? Not why it matters to you, why it matters to them. If the answer is no, your opening is doing the wrong job. It's explaining your world instead of entering theirs. Rewrite the opening with your reader's reality first. What problem are they sitting with right now? What decision do they need to make? Start there, then bring in your expertise to help them. That's the sequence that works. Their world first, your knowledge second. Smart people write confusing emails because expertise creates blind spots, and blind spots are invisible by definition. The fix isn't to know less, it's to build the habit of stepping outside your own knowledge long enough to see what your reader actually sees. Do that consistently, and your emails stop needing a follow-up reply asking what you meant.
If any of this sounded familiar, I put together a short piece on the 5 ways unfinished thinking shows up in writing. You'll find it in the description and the pinned comment below. Reply there, DM me, or reach me at roberttillett.com.